Joe Biden has admitted that Israel has committed grave war crimes. Not an exaggeration. This clip I'm going to show you should be treated for what it is. It is a confession of complicity in genocide. Take a listen.
When I went to Israel, immediately after their attack by Hamas, 8 days later, whatever it was, and I told them we were going to help. And I said, but Bibi, I said, you can't be carpet bombing these communities. And he said to me, well, you did it. You carpet bomb, not his exact words, but you carpet bomb Berlin. You dropped a nuclear weapon. You killed thousands of innocent people because you had to in order to win a war. I said, but that's why we came up with the UN. New deals by which what we would do relative to civilians and military.
So he was comparing 21st century war tactics, battle tactics, with World War II.
Well, what he was really doing is he was going after me for saying you can't indiscriminately bomb civilian areas, even if the bad guys are there. Even if the bad guys are there, you can't take out 2, 10, 12, 1,500 people, innocent people, in order to get the one bad guy. And he made a legitimate argument. His perspective said, look, these are the guys that kill my people. These are the guys that are all over in these tunnels. Nobody had any idea the miles of tunnels are down there. It's amazing what they built. And they're sometimes 200 feet under the ground. Only way to get to them is take out the places where they were under which they got to the tunnels. And so that's the first time I had the discussion about bombing civilian areas was when I went over after the 9/11, after the massacre that occurred.
As well as internationally, because lots of people around the world and foreign governments, quite understandably, think this is disgusting. So he had to do this act. 12th of December 2023. He warned Israel risked losing support over what he said was indiscriminate bombing in Gaza. What did he do? He carried on giving Israel weapons. Then, 12th of February 2024, Joe Biden apparently vented his frustration in multiple private conversations about his inability to persuade Israel to change its military tactics. And he said he was trying to get a ceasefire, but Netanyahu was giving him hell, was impossible to deal with. He was the obstacle. What did he do? He carried on giving Israel weapons. In March 2024, Joe Biden warned publicly an onslaught by Israel against Rafah was a red line Israel must not cross. Israel crossed it. What did he do? Carried on giving Israel weapons. Sorry, I don't want to be entirely unfair. Apparently, he did call Netanyahu an effing liar privately. 3rd of April 2024, when Israel killed some white Westerners by killing 7 World Central Kitchen workers. One of them was Palestinians, but clearly the fact some white Westerners were killed was a bit too much for even some in the Western media and Western politicians. So what happened then? Joe Biden said he was outraged at Israel. What did he do? He carried on giving Israel weapons, didn't he? 10th of April 2024, Biden said Netanyahu's handling of the onslaught against Gaza was a mistake and said, I don't agree with his approach. Sounded like he was some sort of detached commentator, rather than the guy running a superpower facilitating the whole bloodbath. What did he do? He carried on giving Israel weapons. 28th of May 2024, he said there is every reason for people to draw the conclusion that Netanyahu is prolonging the war for his own political self-preservation. What did he do? Carried on giving Israel weapons. I could go on. Joe Biden knows that Israel has committed multiple unspeakable war crimes in what is a genocidal onslaught. He's known that all the way through. He knows. He's not stupid. He might not be entirely with it, but he knows what they did. He has the most sophisticated intelligence agencies on Earth. He is one phone call away, pretty much from any expert on Earth he wants to talk to. He knew, and he facilitated everything. He's a war criminal. He belongs in jail. At the very least, we must make sure he's remembered for what he is, and that's a monster.